What's up, everyone? This is Jai Campbell, co-founder of NG Poland, JF Poland, and AI Poland. Welcome back to AI Master Podcast. Today, we are on a very special event in Berlin on Google I/O Comic. And I am with
Jai Campbell. I'm here from London. Super excited to be here on the show today. Super excited more so to be here at I/O Connect in Berlin. Super amazing time.
For those who don't know yet, please tell us about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, certainly. Like I said, my name's Jai. I'm a platform engineer / DevSecOps security engineer, predominantly working on Google Cloud. I work for an advertising agency where we have workloads running for our customers, primarily in Google Cloud, but also we're building some different types of agents. We have agentic workflows, and that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so please tell us about your project, about the connection with AI.
Okay, yeah, so my project is born out of my love for computer gaming and also from all the recent announcements with AI. I really wanted to explore some of the capabilities, some of the rich potential, and kind of intertwine some of the capabilities with some of the different AI solutions that are available in the Google Cloud ecosystem. The main one being the ADK, so the Aided Development Kit.
What is the idea?
Okay. So my idea is that I wanted to create quite a complex computer game, but it's based on storybooks. So for those of you that might be familiar with Choose Your Own Adventures, they're originally storybooks where you play through a storyline, and then depending on your choice, you will be asked to turn to a different page. So imagine you're walking through a forest, there's a fork in the road. If you'd like to go to maybe the castle or to the village or to the river, the castle would be page 5, the river would be page 7, and the other part of the story would be a different page. And then determine which part of the story you choose and who you meet. Every playthrough will be different because the different pages will take you to different parts of the storyline. So it's like a game that you can experience over and over, but you always have a different playing experience.
So, how you use AI?
So if you think about role-playing games, where you have like NPCs, so non-player characters. They're characters in the world. You will meet with them. You'll have a conversation. I thought, well, that's a really good use case for an agent. We've seen agents used in help desk situations, telecommunications, maybe HR systems, where you can ask them a question. They'll go into the database and retrieve the answer. I thought that'd be a really good use case to use that same kind of technology, but in a computer game. So the characters that you meet in my computer game, they're based on multi-agent workflows where you have the root agent that kind of controls the main narrative of the game. And then that directs the different sub-agents in terms of if you have a conversation with them or there's something that you would like to do within the story, they have their own persona. They will dictate where they would like to send you. And I thought I could have all these different agents. They have their own individuality, their own persona, their own role in the game. Bits that they can take you to. They might be a nice character that wants to help you. They might be a bad character that wants to make you go and lose the story. So I'm using ADK to have this massive world where each agent has their own individuality, and depending on the conversation that you have with them, that will take you to a different part of the story.
Okay. So what is the biggest challenge?
Fantastic question. And I'm finding quite a few challenges. Thank you. But that's the reason why we do these things, right? You have to really get to grips with the software. You have to use it and really dig deep to find these kind of challenges. The biggest challenge that I'm having at the moment is the state within the actual game. And I can kind of break that down into 2 parts. So if you think about the game as an application, all the characters within the game, all the NPCs, all the agents essentially, they need to be aware of where I am in the game and the conversations that I've had with them and how to kind of further the story and which agent to pass it on. So you have like the application state that kind of manages the world itself. And then if you think about the conversations, if you've used something like Gemini or ChatGPT, where you're chatting with the actual model and it remembers the previous questions and so forth, that's essentially the session state. So I have 2 states that I'm managing, the session state that I'm having with the agents, and then the state of the world, and then combining them into one so that it's kind of homogeneous. And then again, there's a state of the application that if I play for 10 minutes, I put the game down, and then I return to the game. I want the game to resume at the last place and be where I left it. So managing that is, and choosing which data store, where I actually save the state itself as well. I'm going to release the source code in terms of all the work that I've done, because again, sharing is caring. And I'd like other people to be able to contribute and use the work that I've done to maybe build something themselves. Okay. The reason why I'm doing it though is as a GDE, I'd like to showcase the power of Gemini and the agent development framework and show the community and myself the different use cases and how you can apply the technology in interesting ways.
Okay, that sounds really, really cool.
It should be really cool. I will have my first live demo ready in 3 weeks.
Okay.
And that will showcase the multi-agent workflow and how the game kind of feeds in on itself. And then I can extend it by adding additional characters and different parts of the world as well.
So what the next steps now?
The next steps for me, that again, I'm still working on the state for the world where the NPCs, they understand how to hand over their conversations and pass you on to the next relevant agent. It's having that shared state where all the agents understand what's happening across the entirety of the world application.
Yeah.
Stage 2, once that is all fine and working smoothly, is that at the moment it's all text. So you're talking to the NPCs in text. I'd like to use text-to-speech or natural language.
Yeah.
So I'd like to use it where you can actually talk to the NPCs in natural language, and they will talk back to you and it'll be audio. Okay. And I think that'll be real cool. And then the challenge that I will be having there is just the latency in terms of how fast they can respond back to you. So it feels like a real conversation.
Okay. It's amazing use case for Gemini or...
Yeah. So be using things like Chirp. Have you used Chirp where you can record your voice and things like this? Again, depending on what will happen in the future, I'd like to use Imagen to create. So like I said, it's based on books. So I'd rather it just being a screen of just a wall of text. I'd like to have images. So depending on what part of the story you are, if it's the intro, you're in the forest, I'd like to use Imagen to generate the images of the different levels that you're in.
Do you have for our listeners some tips for self-organization?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I would say have a plan of action. So when you're actually building out any kind of idea, have an end goal. And then in terms of our organization, it may sound like a cliche, but split the work into smaller chunks, right? Start small and then build on iteratively. And again, keep track of yourself. Whenever you have some kind of big project, break down what is a must-have, what is a nice-to-have, and what you could put off till a later date. And again, really work through it incrementally. So don't try to boil the oceans. Start small, and then you'll achieve your goals in long term.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. So the next question is, do you have some tips how to unwind after a busy day of coding?
Oh, yes, certainly. I unwind by coding by doing more coding. But I would say an important point that this is coming back from like software engineering, platform engineering, when I'm managing incidents, it's been a really crazy day. Just switching off the laptop, switching off my phone. If you like reading books, if you like going for a walk, whatever you find enjoyable that just allows your mind to rest, is the perfect thing to do. Don't be afraid from taking time away from tech, because generally what I find happens, and this with me personally, is when I switch off and I come back, I've got a whole new outlook and I'm not trying the same things, or I'm approaching it in a totally different way. And it allows your mind just to shut down, and you come back full of more energy and revitalized.
Jay, thank you so much for this amazing conversation.
Thank you for inviting me.
Wishing you all the best with the project. I'm looking forward to seeing in action. So for all of you, please subscribe the channel, smash the button, ring the bell, and see you next time.